Our house is on fire. Okay, so maybe it's not fully engulfed, but there is definitely a little flame in the corner over there that's going to become a big problem if we don't do something about it. Oh, and look over there, a crack in the foundation that is slowly seeping water into the basement. So what should we do? Should we use all of our resources to put out the fire? But then what about the leak? So maybe we should try to patch up the leak. But what if the fire gets out of control in the meantime? Think about this scenario in terms of climate change. Let's say the fire is the risk of wildfire and the foundation leak is the risk of flooding. Both of these risks could be hugely detrimental if we let them go unchecked. But we also don't have all the money, resources, or time to solve every issue right now. So we have to prioritize, which is exactly what we asked the residents of the Town of Okotoks to do in order to create our climate action plan. The Resilient Okotoks Climate Action Plan is a synergy of all of the town's previous environmental planning documents and sets out a clear path to the goal of carbon neutrality by 2050. This means that we must balance the greenhouse gas, or GHG emissions that we're producing, with their removal, like sequestration in trees or soil. Within each of the 8 categories of the Climate Action Plan, there's a list of actions that will help the community to mitigate the worst impacts of climate change while adapting to more frequent extreme weather events. In order to prioritize the order that these actions are to be completed, my team and I wanted to hear from the public. This proved to be pretty challenging in a pandemic because we couldn't have any of the normal face-to-face discussions. We moved to an online survey format that allowed residents to build their own climate action plan based on their priorities. Each action has an associated difficulty score and GHG reduction amount associated with it. Their mock plan had to stay under a 5 out of 10 on our difficulty scale while reducing at least 125,000 tons of GHG emissions by 2030. Our public engagement helped us to place each of these actions on a timeline, with the highest priority actions set to start right now and the lower priority actions set to start in 2025, 2029, or 2033. Thinking back to our house that's leaking and on fire, doesn't it make sense to plan with those who live in the house to find the best solution to our issues based on the resources and priorities that we have? Maybe there's someone with a fire extinguisher in their truck they forgot to tell you about. And maybe there's somebody else who is really allergic to mold and needs the leaky basement to get fixed ASAP. We would never know the best way to move forward unless we communicate and work together to solve the issues. This same theory works for climate change planning. When communities work together, they can find solutions to the problem that face them in a way that is customized to the group's specific needs and abilities.